Hey Gemini, welcome in. This is your July 2025 reading. We are in Cancer season. So this is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if your North Node is in Gemini. So welcome in. We are working with Cancer energy, which could bring up energies or focus on your roots, ancestral healing, your home, family, your inner life, your emotional security, how you relate to others, how safe you feel with those close to you. Cancer rules the stomach, chest, breast, uterus, and diaphragm, and is ruled by the moon. So think your inner world, subconscious, your emotions. It's that type of energy. All right, so asking for your guides and guardians to step in close, Gemini, and we're going to ask the question, what is the overall energy of July for Gemini? What is the overall energy of July for Gemini? What can you no longer hide from? What is coming to light this month? What truth is coming to light? And this feels more like this card's going to represent your inner world, and this card's going to represent more like your outer world. Where or what provides support to you this month? Where can you find support, Gemini? And then a message from your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you want to call that. All right, so Gemini, overall energy of July 2025, we have the Tower in reverse. Kind of not surprised. If you haven't watched my July energy update, take a look at that, because July is just a roller coaster of energy. At the beginning of the year, I was saying those that I did personal readings for, every single one, when I got to the month of July, there was a big shakeup of energy. Astrologically, there's a lot going on this month, so I'm not surprised that you have the Tower card coming up, because I feel like the Tower card represents the month of July really well. But it's in reverse. So Gemini, for you, this is bringing up energies of feeling trapped. So pay attention to that. Where in your life are you feeling trapped? Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling stagnant? This is also the fear of letting go, the fear of change. And anytime the Tower comes up, whether it's in reverse or not, it is change. And what I'm feeling for you guys with the Tower in reverse, this could also be major changes have already happened. So maybe some of you earlier this year lost your job, had health issues. You're coming out of that, but it's sort of like the aftermath. It's the aftermath of the storm, you could say. So just trying to figure out where you are, where you fit in. It's sort of like sifting through the ashes type of an energy here. But it can also be where you're feeling stuck or trapped as well. So interesting there, Gemini, with the Tower energy. I will say this does feel like the worst is over. So that's kind of nice, but again, it's still it's like sifting through the wreckage of what you're left with. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull another card on that. Maybe I will. Let's get a clarifier on the Tower. What else can we know about the Tower for Gemini? It's a major arcana card. The major arcanas, these are energies and situations outside of your control. Another way to look at it, it's like the universe moving things around. You don't have control over it at this point. Because it's such a big energy, let's see if we can narrow it down, because it could be so many things. Clarifier for the Tower. Why is the Tower here? We got the moon. Not going to get a whole lot of clarity on this one. This is the energy of Cancer. The moon in the tower. I think the reason why we're getting the moon here is it's so personal for each one of you. It's not just one area of life. So the moon, what I can tell you is this is going to be trusting the process, have faith, know that you will land on your feet, know that everything is going to work out for the better. But it doesn't mean it's probably going to be an emotional process. Things could be coming up, that feelings, emotions that you have been trying to ignore, those things could be coming up. But what I love about this is it's anything that's been hiding, anything under the surface, it's coming to the surface. So it will bring a lot of clarity once that happens. So I'm just going to say, hang in there, Gemini. This isn't my favorite combination of cards. I will say the Tower and the Moon together, but just know that you will land on your feet. So I'm going to leave it at that, and then we'll see what other cards we have here. Trust in your intuition. Trust that the universe always has your best interest at heart. Always, always, always. And a way that you can kind of look at this energy here, it's like wherever you've been spinning your wheels, you haven't been able to get traction, and you've been doing this for a long time. After a while, the universe will come and just give you a shove. They'll just push you out of that energy, and it can feel very chaotic. But at the same time, it's like, God, finally, now I can make some progress. I'm not stuck in this energy anymore. That's another way to look at it. Oh, nice. Look at this. Gosh, Gemini, you guys have a lot of major arcana cards here. What can you no longer hide from? Your partnership, your relationship, your marriage. Now, for some of you, you already are in a really stable situation. And if that is you, don't worry about it. This probably isn't going to apply to you. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to connect deeper with your partner. I do feel like this is a romantic relationship. So your partner, your husband, your wife, it's that type of energy, whoever you're dating. If you are in a solid relationship, this isn't going to really apply to you so much. But if there are problems in the marriage, you can't hide from it anymore. It's coming up this month. This could be part of this Tower energy here. If there's any lies, anything that your partner or you have been trying to cover up or keep hidden, it's going to come to light. July, the astrology does focus on relationships this month. So any cracks in the foundations of your relationships, that's going to be coming up this month. So just know that. Oh my gosh. So far, every card's been a major arcana card. What truth is coming to light? We have the Death card here. I think this is such a sweet card in this deck. This is transformation. This is kind of going along with that analogy that I was giving at the very beginning, where I was talking about like you're stuck in the mud, you've been spinning your wheels, things aren't working, you can't move forward, you're exhausted, you can't seem to transform or change anything, and then the universe comes in and pushes you out of it. This is that energy, as confirmation of that. What truth is coming to light? The fact that things need to change, that there needs to be a transformation. And the Death card, that's what it talks about. It does sometimes indicate death. I'm not saying that that's what's happening here. This is more of a transformation. The cat's transforming from a physical body into a spirit body. But these are major changes, Gemini. And I will say this isn't necessarily for all Geminis. So don't freak out if you're in a marriage and it's great. That don't get worried that it's going to end. That's not at all what I'm saying here. But for some, it could very much be this type of energy. It could also be, if you've been dating for a long time, maybe it's time to pause and look at that. Are you afraid of commitment, or have you truly not found the right person? Maybe it's time to take a break from dating. These are big cards, though. Holy smokes, these are really big cards. So we've got the Tower, the Moon, the Lovers, Death. The other thing I will say about this, if you are in a solid relationship, whether you're married or not, but it's solid, you guys have been together for a while, these could be changes that have already happened. So maybe one of you or both of you are now retired, and that has now changed the dynamic of your relationship. Maybe you have lost a child, or you have brought in a child into, you just had a baby or something like that. It changes the dynamic of your relationship. They're big changes. Maybe you're just now becoming an empty nester. Your last child has gone off to college. Your kids are gone. That changes the dynamics of your relationship. So that's going to be a big change. It doesn't mean you're getting divorced or anything like that, but it is a huge change. And that's coming up for you to look at and kind of figure out, how do I negotiate this? And who am I in this relationship now? Who is my partner? How do we relate to each other? Do we relate to each other? Is there distance between us? And if so, how can we come together and be closer and stronger? That would be another message I would read here with these cards. Where can you find support this month? Oh my gosh. This is just hilarious. Gemini, every single card you have gotten has been a major arcana card. So just know you're just along for the ride. You have control over your responses, how you choose to work with the energy. You have control over your day-to-day, the actions and things that you take. But man, the universe, there's so many moving pieces. These are big energies. These are big changes. I think it's safe to say, any Gemini watching this reading for July, you've had big changes. And some of these big changes, like I said, they could have happened earlier this year, but you're still trying to figure out where you are in that process. You're still trying to figure out, what does that mean for me? These are big changes. Like I said, empty nester, welcoming in a new child. Maybe you lost a child. Maybe you've recently gotten divorced. These are big changes. So it's kind of figuring all of that out and where you are in the process. Where can you find support? We have the demon cat in this deck, which I think I like the depiction of the devil in this deck, is what I will say. This is the devil card. This is an interesting card for support. Where can you get support? Right? That was the question we asked. Where or what provides support to you this month? So what I'm going to say with this is, you're not going to find it outside of you, which is interesting. So if you're trying to maybe hide from some of these big changes by, I don't know, moving into an addiction or getting wrapped up in an addiction, that might be a short-term solution. you're not going to be supported by that. That energy won't support you. Looking to the outside world for peace or for tranquility or to bring you answers, you're not going to find it there. This is really relying on your intuition, trusting yourself, trusting your process, and facing things head on, not hiding from them. And oftentimes, when we get wrapped up in an addiction, we're wanting instant relief. We're wanting a break from whatever is causing us to not feel well. That's not going to bring you any support. So I just feel like this is just a reminder that sometimes life is uncomfortable, sometimes it's painful, and you can't escape that. Advice from your, oh my gosh, every single card. This is really beautiful though. Advice from your spirit guides, from source. We have the priestess. I love this energy though, and I love the purple coming through. I will also say work with amethyst. If you enjoy working with crystals, work with amethyst. It's a great it's a great stone for detoxing, for purification. It brings in the purple ray or the violet ray, which helps to clear out density. It helps to bring through transformation, which you've already been going through. It helps to remove obstacles. So focus on, you can just imagine a violet ray, a purple ray coming down from the heavens, surrounding your auric field, surrounding your body, surrounding your home. That will really help to push out density, clear out negativity, and welcome in a higher frequency of healing. So I would say work with that energy. That will be really helpful. And trust the process. You are being guided. Ask for clarity from your guides and guardians, from source, creator, whatever it is that you believe in. These are big cards. You will be okay though. I'm glad we got the priestess card right at the end. I mean, this is stepping into the next chapter of your life. And, the future's constantly unfolding. So it might feel a little chaotic and a little scary because we don't know what's coming up, but trust that it's going to be beautiful. Trust that the process will unfold the way that it's meant to unfold, and ask for guidance. And I will say, the fact that you have the moon card here and you have the high priestess, you can really trust your intuition. Trust your gut. All right, Gemini. And if there's an area of life or a subject that you want to dive in deeper, my info is below. You can reach out for a personalized reading. Wow. I'm always just really in awe when a reading is all major arcana cards. I'd love to hear what's going on with you, Gemini. If you feel comfortable sharing your story or what's going on, share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear. This is a lot. All right, Gemini, blessings on your July. Take great care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.